What is asset-based community development and how can its principles transform your business? My name is Sarah Marshall and I am the founder of Profound Hope Industries. Profound Hope Industries works with mission-based organizations to help them streamline systems and engage employees in their community for greater impact, visibility, and profitability. Asset-based community development is a concept from the social services sector. It's a concept around a theory of change, the ways in which people in a community most effectively come together to create a solution to a problem or to impact change within their own environments. Asset-based community development is founded on a few key principles. Let's talk about those for a second. The first principle of asset-based community development is that relationships are the core focus. When we think of the term community, we think of a lot of things, but ultimately, communities are networks of people. They're not buildings, they're not infrastructures, they're not the places where people gather to meet or connect. A community is a network of relationships. Thus the name asset-based community development. The emphasis is on the group of people that are participating in the situation to work towards a solution. Another principle is that asset-based community development recognizes and focuses on the strengths of that community. It focuses on the resources, skills, and tools the people within that community bring to the table. Oftentimes, this particular model is applied to underinvested or disinvested communities where an outsider may frequently look at that community and not see resources. They may see, from an outside view, lack or the disinvestment, the challenges in the community. Asset-based community development turns that idea on its head and really examines what people are bringing to the table, focusing on what's there instead of what's not. At the core of this concept is the idea of gratitude, the idea that we can get so much further and appreciate what we have when we're grateful for what's there. And asset-based community development is a model that focuses specifically on what is there. Next, asset-based community development focuses on building collaborative solutions in which every voice is heard and brought together. It's not about leadership coming up with solutions and directing solutions towards the people who are impacted by the problem, but it is the people who are most impacted by the issue bringing their voice to the table with their diverse perspectives and then refining those ideas to come to a solution that solves the problem the group is facing. And then finally, asset-based community development truly understands the networks, resources, and relationships in the community. You can almost say it does understand and acknowledge the politics in the community. Sometimes politics can have a negative connotation, but politics really is an understanding of who has influence, who has less influence, and how things get done within a specific space or context. So asset-based community development recognizes the reality of the situation. Now, what does this have to do with business? Ultimately, businesses are communities. They're networks of people coming together for a specific purpose. And while that purpose for many people may be that they're getting a paycheck, in a strong and thriving business, people are happy to be there, they're engaged with the work, and they want to show up. When you build that type of infrastructure within your business culture, your organization can truly feel more like a community. People are engaged, things get done, and work can be more productive. In a sense, asset-based community development principles are generally principles of good business leadership. So what are some principles from asset-based community development that we can translate to business? First of all, treat people as individuals. Your organization might have some broad policies it needs to have in place because it has a number of people with different circumstances and you want to have some understanding of the expectation. But even within those expectations, treat people like humans. We all have strengths and weaknesses and struggles that we bring to the table. And when the workplace is an environment where people are professional, but they feel like they can be treated in such a way that they are respected despite the challenges and struggles that they have, so long as they're performing their job and doing work and meeting expectations, treat people like they're human. Treat people like they have potential, possibility, and barriers that they face on an individual level. Respect those and understand those. Second, leverage strengths of the people in the roles. Even though you may have multiple roles with the same job description, each person is unique and will bring their own perspective and their own gifts to that specific role. Allow people the opportunity within that role to grow and bring their ideas to the table, to grow their strengths, skills, and their own leadership capacity. People are grateful for that opportunity. Next, listen to the people in your organization who are closest to the problem. It's very common within organizations and within all different types of infrastructures for the people with the most authority to make the decisions. And there's good reason for that. People with the most authority often have an overview of everything that's happening. They see the big picture and not just a single role or a specific context. But even in spite of that, your junior workers, your younger workers, even some of your lower paid or frontline workers are the ones interacting with the people who use your product and service. And so they likely have a very good understanding of the barriers that people are facing when they're interacting with your organization. Make sure those voices that aren't typically heard are brought to the table within your organization, and you might be surprised at the ideas that evolve from that process. And then next, include people impacted by the change in the process. Very similar to the first idea, but make sure those that are going to be impacted by a system change or major decision are included, that their perspectives are heard because they may bring some things to your attention that you may not have thought of from the position that you're sitting in. And then develop solutions to external problems with existing networks. And that doesn't necessarily mean within your own organization. That could mean collaborating. That could mean understanding the politics in which your organization is positioned. It could understand other people. Could mean understanding the other people in the space who are doing similar work, competitive work, collaborative work, or maybe leaders in the community who can just simply be engaged to help your organization further its mission. Businesses are networks of people organized for a specific purpose. Even if your specific purpose is a product or service, you as an organization are thriving because you are serving someone. When you look at your organization as a place to also potentially serve those working with you and for you, you have the opportunity to change the whole culture. You can leverage leadership to create engaged cultures of impact simply by recognizing that asset-based community development principles are principles of good leadership. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe so we can make more content to help you further your mission, vision, and impact.